We live in an age of instant gratification. It can be said that we have the entire collective knowledge of mankind inside of our pocket. However, these devices get used for much more than educational matters. In fact, there can be just as much information as there is disinformation, but however, the main matter at hand here is the plethora of other uses that these devices find themselves being used for. Everything has its own app this day and age. We have apps for talking to people, apps for playing games, apps for buying things. Surprise, there's an app for scratching your back. It seems so convenient to have everything wrapped in one neat little virtual package. However, though, this can be degrading to our society in multiple ways, and I shall present those to you. Many people argue that whenever they're on their phone, they are passing time. Alright, but at the same time, these same individuals will tell you that they never have time for anything. And many people are naturally busy, that's understandable. However, though, the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes even half an hour or longer that you spend on your phone, that adds up. There's several hours of your life that you're just wasting. I mean, not to say nothing meaningful ever happens on the internet, but 9 times out of 10, you are wasting time. You know, there's so many basic tasks you could be doing instead of scrolling through Twitter, Instagram, or texting your boyfriend, girlfriend. That laundry you haven't done yet, you could spend 10 minutes loading up your washing machine. Your room being a little bit dirty, about half an hour, maybe less. Some of you are absolute slobs, but that's beside the point. You can make it look like something you enjoy to be living in. Or organizing your desk drawer. I mean, I could dedicate the entire rest of this speech to saying things that you could be doing, but the point here is that you need to spend less time on your phone. And also, there are so many social media apps that people use on a day-to-day basis. And people seem to believe that if you go on them, it makes things more social, and I guess in a two-dimensional way it does. But on the deeper perspective, it's got, in a way, you're distancing yourself from actual social interaction, because now that the best way to put this would be, since you're no longer experiencing things in person, perhaps your encounter would be less personal. Many people today have social anxiety just talking to someone, not just, giving a speech in front of people. Just to walk up to somebody and talk to them is a challenge that many have difficulty overcoming. And many people contribute this to many people spending so much time online. It's easier to speak with a wall of text than it is a living person. Some people be talking to bots and not even realizing it. You see, with young people today, many have a preference to text rather than call. I think this is definitely a sign of the previous argument. Another thing that's been studied by many is the concept of the dopamine rush. Dopamine is a chemical released by the brain whenever that can occur whenever somebody is enjoying themselves, regardless what the activity is. And that can range from eating something you enjoy, finding something humorous, or maybe even just talking to your good friend. However, there's some argue that the instant gratification we get from varying activities on our phones or kind of kill our motivation to do more meaningful tasks. Since we can go on numerous entertainment mediums, get a quick chuckle or what have you, you'll be less motivated to do more relevant things, like maybe pursue a hobby that's more involved in our time and efforts. Our sense of achievement's so much greater when we have to work harder to achieve it, rather than just clicking on a few things and feeling happy and forgetting immediately what you're happy about a few minutes later. Now, in this entire presentation, it may seem like I'm trying to convince you to become Amish or something, but no, I'm not suggesting you abandon technology entirely. I'm just asking that you limit yourself. Learn to actually talk to people. Learn to manage your time in the most efficient way possible. Don't be a procrastinator. Next time you want to talk to grandma, don't just shoot her a text on Facebook. Actually go out and visit grandma. She would like that a lot. So when you're done doing everything else, just set aside the phone, put it on the charger, turn it off if you have to. Just go out and do something.